Who pulling it up?
Welcome to the AFC East
go.
live roundtable. TD is always the reason why we're late, man. We got to get him back.
Richie. Stop that mess.
Listen, man, first round draft targets is here. The NFL Combine is this week. Shout out to BetUS for sponsoring the show. We appreciate you guys big time. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. How you doing, gentlemen? Welcome back to the roundtable, baby.
We're Richie. Let's go.
Woo, look at that backdrop.
Y'all. I'm excited, man. I can just feel a Super Bowl this year. I can feel it.
He can feel it, man. Wow.
Well, we know you can't.
It's the beginning of the downward spiral, folks. February 24th, TD Fins Talk. You know you love it. Richie, I'm feeling fantastic right now, man. It's NFL Combine season. Workouts are going to be beginning here within just a couple of days. And you know what, man? I think it's time that we all start looking at some prospects, the future of our NFL organizations, who are going to be the key contributors coming out of this draft. Damn, I am thrilled to grace everybody with my elite selections in this first round this evening. I promise.
You're already going to go out there, Dan, with elite.
Selections.
Elite, man. Listen, I have been balls deep in some draft prospects. All right.
Whoa.
Hey, whoa.
Man, first the
relax,
nuts, now this, bro.
Relax. You know what I mean. Ladies and gents. Colby, how's life, man?
It's good, man. It's good. You know, I feel like my life this past week has been extremely busy. It's like left and right I have to do something. Then on top of this, I come in, I got this little towel on my eye, and Richie's like, hey, yo, what the heck happened? I think maybe that was you, Daniel. You get punched in the eye, and I was like, nah, dude, my eye will not stop twitching. So if you're wondering, damn, why is Colby digging the hell out of his eye? Because for some reason, everything in my left eye is blurry. So
it's called a sty in the eye, man. Listen, I had
it's
one
called watching too much Drake May.
It sucks.
It's because of all the tears I have. I mean, like, this guy's beautiful. You kidding me? We got the future. This is crazy.
Yeah.
It's that or someone farted in your pillow. Who knows? But is what it is. I've had it before. It's not fun, but I commend you and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thanks, bro.
In your eye health.
My eye future. My journey.
And your optical health.
There's a lot of draft prospects to be excited about for this upcoming draft. We have the Combine this week, which is exciting. Lino TV comes in here with the super chat. We got him saying, sounds about right on TD late because he always late on the truth about them bum Dolphins.
And bum Fins, man.
Hey, Lino, you know what time it is. You scared of us, boy. I'm telling you. If anybody's scared, Lino's scared.
All right. Do you guys – first, I think let's start off with some prospects we all like, and then we're going to do a first-round mock draft. Ooh, TD, do your homework.
Mock draft.
All right, we're going to do a first-round mock draft with all of us.
So are we talking, though, like guys that we like in general or guys that we like for our specific teams?
For the teams. For the Patriots. For Drake May.
For the team.
For Drake May to be protected or throw him the ball or something along those lines.
No, I got you.
Does anybody want to give their thoughts of this? If not, we'll move on.
Thoughts on
Steve Smith Sr.
Oh, that's a rough one. I mean, he's got to be held accountable.
You hide your wives is what we have to say.
He's got to be held accountable. Like, damn, bro, you a football player. You joined the marching band. You know them dudes are only pulling so much. They're only pulling so much, and you taking away the baddies they getting. That's messed up, man. That's messed up.
Listen, man. Listen. This is what I got to say about it. It's wrong, but I'll say this. Stop getting mad at Steve Smith. You get mad at the one that made a covenant with you. You get mad at the one that said that they would be loyal to you. Don't get mad at him. But it's wrong. It's wrong of Steve Smith.
But isn't Steve Smith married?
Well, that's for his wife to get mad. Maybe she's okay with it. That's I don't know.
I what you're saying. I'm just saying.
I have no clue. All I'm saying is when these things happen, it's wrong, period. But y'all got to stop coming after the person. Like, you made a covenant with that person. And if they break it, that's on them. Y'all, I'm just saying, man. That's how I feel about it. It's wrong, guys, all the way around.
Hit the like button because that's what we're getting into, man. We're going to talk about this for the rest of the show. All jokes aside, I want to start off with Colby. You have the earliest pick out of the four because you were in the basement. Sorry, there's fourth overall pick, Colby. Fourth overall pick for the Patriots. Give me some three. I want three prospects that you think, and we're going to come back to this. Because if one of the three people you're about to mention is not drafted at number 4, you don't know ball, bro. So
I don't know ball, bro. I suck. I got to get off the show.
You got to, one of these three guys, not who you want, it's who you think the Patriots are going to draft at pick number 4 for the NFL draft.
Yeah, so I feel like number 4, if the guy that they don't want is there, most likely Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter, then I think it's a beautiful potential trade down spot for them to still get the guy they want and get extra draft capital. Now, the guy that, if he's there, you run this card up to the podium is somebody like Abdul Carter. We know that the Patriots, they want to build in the trenches. It's something that Mike Vrabel said they're going to heavily address this offseason, which makes perfect sense. The second most important thing in football is the trenches after the quarterback position. Last offseason, they focused on the quarterback. This offseason, they're going to focus in the trenches. Abdul Carter is going to be a guy coming out of Penn State that is immediately going to be a top 10 edge rusher in the NFL. Some people trying to compare him to Micah Parsons. I see a level of Micah Parsons to his game, but I don't think he's going to be Micah Parsons just because he went to the same school. But there is a level of comparison there, how they were utilized. Really broke out with Penn State this past season, had an overall PFF grade of 91.2. This is going to be a guy that you can keep on the field. He's a 3-down defensive lineman. He can get to the quarterback. He can stop the run. 22.5% pass rush win rate this past season and a 7.6% run stop rate this past season. Also 13 sacks, 10 quarterback hits. The Patriots, they were one of the worst teams in the NFL at getting pressure. They need an edge rush. They really haven't had that guy since Matthew Judon. Abdul Carter, if he's there, you don't think about it. You run it up to the podium. The next guy that I'm going to get into, number 2, is going to be Teteroa McMillan. Again, this is the type of guy where I think they could trade down a little bit and still get him, but they need help at wide receiver. I think if they want a wide receiver in the first round, it shouldn't be Travis Hunter. I'm sorry. Look, I know that everybody's going to get on my butt here. This isn't about what Colby wants. This is what the team wants. I do not like Travis Hunter for the Patriots. I want a guy that is going to focus on playing one position and has focused his entire collegiate career on one position, and that guy is Teteroa McMillan. It was reported that the Patriots really wanted T. Higgins. Obviously, that didn't happen. T. Higgins is going to be staying with the Cincinnati Bengals. Somebody who can fit that exact same role would be someone like Teteroa McMillan coming out of Arizona. He's 6'5", 212 pounds. He had a drop rate this past season of 7.7%. So I don't want to call him the most short-handed receiver, but again, when you're that big body contested guy, you are normally going to have a bit of a higher drop rate, but a 60% contested catch rate. Really, really good against man coverage, an 89 overall grade against man. And I think Patriots fans are going to have PTSD. Oh, well, is this N'Keal Harry, that big outside X guy, the jump ball guy? No, because Teteroa McMillan isn't going to be a slow outside X guy. He's not going to be someone that runs a mid to late 4.5. He's actually expected to run about a 4.4. So I think he can be a very deadly wide receiver. That could be that number 1 wide receiver for you. He operates really, really well deep. We know that's where Drake May likes to operate. I think that would be the perfect marriage. And then lastly, I'm gonna kind of put like the third one. I'm gonna group them together. Kelvin Banks or Will Campbell. The reason that I'm putting them together is because at this current moment, we don't know what Will Campbell is going to test out as. Are his arms 32 inches? If they are, he's going to be a guard at the next level. If they are above 32 inches, then I think he can be a tackle at the next level. But if those arms are short, he's someone that I'm staying away from. But if not, he's someone that I'm 100% targeting. Coming out of LSU, he's gone up against some of the best competition. He has the size to be able to play tackle at the next level, 6'6", 323 pounds. He played under Jaden Daniels, and Jaden Daniels helped make him look really, really good. I thought the quarterback for LSU this past year was a big reason why Will Campbell took a step back compared to what we've seen the previous 2 years. I think he'd fit really, really well under Drake May. I think he's one of the best pure tackles from a technical standpoint. But if he ends up being a guard, I would target somebody like Kelvin Banks, someone who can come in immediately, be your left tackle for a lot of the same reasons that I just mentioned as Will Campbell.
The New England Patriots. I said list 3. Colby finds a way to list 4 to save his self.
I got you, bro.
I hear you, man.
I got
Listen,
you.
no
That's
saving
me.
Let's get into some super chats. Dan, this one's to you. You want to read it?
It's from Lancelot. It's my good friend who's a Bengals fan. Dan, I need to apologize once and for all to Bills and Josh Allen. I found y'all through TD, and he succeeded in convincing me as a Bengals fan that Josh was a bum and fool's gold. Please accept my apologies. Listen, you know what? We are actually
Lancelot, why are you apologizing to this man?
So we are actually working on a class action lawsuit from all of the brain rot that TD has caused for the past couple of years.
Oh my gosh, man!
Have you suffered
I can't
brain rot
believe you
from
list
watching
a lot.
TD Fins talk for the past 20 years? Well, we have the representation for you, and you may be entitled to financial compensation.
Call
no,
1-800-BRAIN-ROT, TD Fins.
1-800-BRAIN-ROT. No. It's cool, Lancelot. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
But TD, he's got a point, man.
There ain't no point. It's Josh Allen. He a good quarterback, but come on. Y'all act like this man is elite like Lamar Jackson.
I mean, he is the MVP of the league.
Oh, here we go with that. Oh, my God. Stop.
He's the MVP of the league.
TD,
Can't take that away.
You know that's what they have now. That's what they have now.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'm getting my Josh Allen MVP DEI shirt. You know.
Oh,
that's all. That's all it was.
Oh,
Make sure we, even it out here. Give Josh Allen one.
It's a hater's gonna hate, right?
Oh man! Don't mind my name, by the way. Man. I only want Tet McMillan if he runs a 4.40 in the combine. Otherwise, draft Abdul Carter. Is this a Patriots fan?
I would assume so. Look, what I would say is if Abdul Carter's there, I think Abdul Carter is the best player in this draft, like hands down from a pure talent blue chip standpoint. If Abdul Carter is there, you don't think about it. You go get Abdul Carter and you figure everything else out later because that's someone who you're going to hit on. But yeah, I mean, everybody doesn't want Ted if he runs like a 4.5. I think he's going to run like a 4.4.
4.4.
I like the name, by the way. Huh? Targaryen Lounge. Fun fact: does any of you guys know what Targaryen's from?
It's Game of Bones, baby.
Bang. See, Dan, you're cultured. You feel me? That's what I'm talking about. TD, on the other hand.
Dude, I grew up watching Big Time.
Yeah, that's my show, man. That's my show.
Dan, it's no point talking king to the #1 Bills hater. 4 kids party rental, $2 donation. Thank you so much. You know what, dude? Now I just do it for entertainment. Like half of the time, I don't even entertain it. But in case I'm feeling bored, sometimes I'll go ahead and I'll entertain it. But hey,
Are you not entertained?
Folks,
we only have 46 like buttons smashed.
Folks, we're going to need that like button absolutely obliterated here within 3 seconds, all right? I think that we could get to at least 300 like buttons, including replays. Just go ahead and hit that thumbs up sign. It helps us out tremendously. It's completely free, and it takes less than 2 seconds, all right?
We got to put the poll up. Someone's asking.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do it. Who are you repping?
Who are you repping, ladies and gentlemen? Sound off in the chat. Let us all know.
Yeah, everyone in the chat, say it. Who you repping?
Sound off in the chat and let us know what team you're currently representing, folks. We would like to hear.
We all know
what? I feel like it's a great transition.
I would love to see who we represent. I want to see if the Bills fans, they recovered yet.
And they're back, man. Listen, you know what, dude? Listen, man. We are back. Like, we are back. It's been a while. And we've licked our wounds, but now we know in just a couple of weeks, we're 0-0 again, baby. We're 0-0 at the start of the new league year, and it's a beautiful thing. But you know what? Solid transition, because you know what? With all these question marks around the combine, free agency landing spots, trades, I love predictions, right? And there's no better place to predict where you think some of these landing spots are going to ultimately matriculate to is on BetUS, the #1 sports book on the face of the planet. And get this, best promo in the game. They are matching 150% of your first deposit all the way up to 2,000 doll hairs and 125% of your second and your third, as long as you use code YouTube150, right? T. Higgins landing spots, if not the Bengals, where is he going? All right? What about Khalil Mack? Where is he going?
Retirement.
Devontae Adams. You name it. All of the big names that have been dominating the offseason talking tracks are staring you right at the damn face over on BetUS, including your prediction of who is going to be the first overall pick. Guys, supporting BetUS is the exact same way as supporting the boys over at Roundtable Sports. So if you're intrigued, just go on ahead and go to their website, use code YouTube150, and get in on the action. Love all.
Shout out BetUS, man. Let's do it. Made a lot of money on them. Now, bet responsibly. Now, let's do the first round targets for the Jets, since they're up next. There's a lot of intriguing guys that I personally am looking at for the New York Jets. First things first, you got to list the quarterbacks. And the first round prospect I'm going to bring up is actually, you guessed it, Jackson Dart. But there's a little curveball here, not at pick number 7, in a trade into the back end of the first round, okay? That's where I think the Jets could target Jackson Dart, is by packaging their early second round pick and some future picks to go into the back end of the first round. As much as I think, there's a lot of speculation about the Jets trading up for Cam Ward, I just don't see it happening. Would I be on board for it? I actually would be. Okay, I would be, depending on the price, of course. But I just feel like it's too much of a pipe dream as a Jets fan that the Jets are going to trade all the way up for Cam Ward. So Jackson Dart is an intriguing prospect for me. I think he will go in the first round in this upcoming draft. I really, really do. Now, some non-quarterback prospects I'm keeping an eye on. One of my favorite prospects in the entire class for the New York Jets is Tyler Warren, the tight end from Penn State. Has been a joy to watch play football. This guy takes direct snaps out of the backfield like the quarterback in a Wildcat. He runs in, he runs, he passes, he does everything. I mean, this guy is a unicorn. You'd never see tight end prospects like this before. Usually they can either receive, run routes, or they can block. This guy can do it all. So, and the Jets, by the way, have a huge hole at tight end, so it would fill a hole. The Jets need weapons on offense, so that is a guy I'm definitely looking at for the Jets. When it comes to the line of scrimmage, I will say Mason Graham from Michigan definitely intrigues me. I think the Jets going to the defensive line in this draft would be important. You really want to keep building the strength. Aaron Glenn getting Mason Graham next to Quinnen Williams, having arguably one of the best interior defensive line duos in the league potentially if Mason Graham can pan out next to Big Q. So I absolutely love that idea for the New York Jets. And, of course, there's a lot of other prospects that the Jets are going to be talking about. If they want to go wide receiver, McMillan will be available. I'm excited to see what he looks like at the Combine, if he's going to run a fast 40-yard dash or not. He's like a Drake London type of A.J. Green type of player that I really like. So those are some names. There's a lot of guys for the New York Jets at pick number 7. But we shall see if they stay put at 7, trade up, or maybe even trade down. So a lot of time. And
wow.
Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are speaking to the media tomorrow from the Combine. Which
I'm surprised you didn't add Malachi Starks. I love the list, but I feel like Malachi Starks would be such an Aaron Glenn pick, too, to really
I
give
just
him
feel like
that.
that's a trade down scenario. I mean, I've seen Malachi Starks go like in the back end of the 20s. I've seen him go 15. I've seen him go.
No. Not
Malachi Starks is like, I just don't think the Jets, because let's be honest with ourselves, safety is not a premier position, but the Jets do have a hole at safety. I just feel like the Jets can find a safety in the 3rd or 4th round, and he'll be solid enough. And not to say take anything away from Malachi Starks. I think he's a heck of a talent, and he's worthy of a first-round pick. But where the Jets are at, based off of their other holes, I just don't think they can afford drafting a safety in the 1st round right now. That's how I look at it.
I don't know if he became like a Brian Branch, though. Brian Branch, when he went to the Lions, like really helped change
and
change
Kirby
that
Joseph
secondary.
they drafted too.
Kirby Joseph too, absolute dog. Like that safety
Glenn
tandem is a big reason.
All pros.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think he's someone who believes in the safety position.
No, he does. I think the safeties I'm looking at is Xavier Watts in the 2nd round. I think that's someone I would absolutely love the Jets to take a flyer on from Notre Dame. There's a lot of other safeties I think the Jets can look at, but I hear you on the Malachi Starks. I just don't. If the Jets picked like 15, 16, 17, I would say more of a target, but at 7, I think it's too high for him. That's
yeah. At 7, it is high, but like if you trade it down, then yeah.
Yeah, if you trade it down, it's more of a prospect. So, all right, the next team is the Miami Fraudmans. I mean, let's be honest. Are they really frauds? Are they ever frauds? Because we know what they are. So they're never technically frauds if we know what they are.
It's the mid-fins.
It's the mid-fins. There we go.
The mid-fins.
It is the mid-fins. You know what I mean?
It's the Miami mid-fins.
And, you know,
merch dropping
and the Knicks went through a little down, this past weekend. And TD this morning on Wake Up and Ball tried to have the audacity to compare my Knicks to the Dolphins. No. The Knicks actually win playoff series.
Y'all can't be good teams.
But we win in the playoffs. You have a 24-year playoff drought, so don't you ever compare the Knicks to the Miami Dolphins.
Not this year. We going to the top, baby. Let's go. It's my turn. Leave me alone.
Say it every year, though. At least change it. At least do something different, bro.
We going undefeated this year. How about that? That's different. All right. All right. Let's start. Okay, Miami Dolphins. All right, we got a 1st-round pick this year, and we trying to go to the Super Bowl. So here's some of the players that – Dan, don't do that. Here's some of the players that we will be trying to target in the 1st round. All right. First and foremost, I'm going to start with one of the biggest needs at the safety position. the Miami Dolphins at 13 select Malachi Starks. Since Richie and them don't know better.
That's why you got mad.
Richie and them don't know better. That's the guy that you get. Because we're not going to be able to keep Javon Holland. Javon Holland out here on podcast crying. Oh, the Dolphins didn't include me in the Valentine's Day post. All that. Whoever get him, y'all can have him. He whining. All right. But Malachi Starks.
No. You can't just say that and move on, TD. What did I just hear?
It's the Valentine's Day post. He's
crying that he wasn't included in a
Someone
Valentine's
paid
Day
Adam
post.
to ours. Yeah, he's pretty
I kind of felt some way. I follow him on Instagram and I see their posts and they're like, they don't include me in anything. Like duh. You gone.
TD, but don't you agree? Like that's the Miami Dolphin way, Like
no. That's what the Patriots about to sign. They go get that little passivity. All right.
He's a baller, bro. Y'all just didn't know how to use him.
He all right. Don't act like that. All right, but Malachi Starks is gonna be an upgrade. Malachi Starks is the dog. Malachi Starks is gonna be the guy that makes the difference. Pick Josh Allen off, 2-3 times a year. That's the guy that we're looking for. I love him out of Georgia. Versatile, gets turnovers, hands on the ball. He pesky. He gets in the box. He can do the dirty stuff. So that's the primary target I want the Dolphins to pursue. At 13 is the safety position. We can also go defensive tackle. As you know, last year we lost Christian Wilkins. We brought in Calais Campbell to fill his shoes. Did a phenomenal job. But I think Calais Campbell is gone. They're not going to be able to bring him back. I think he's going to sign with another team, maybe a little bit more money because he's still playing at a higher level and one that he feels like he can contend with because he might have lost all faith in the Dolphins after what happened last year. So with that being said, I want the Dolphins to go after Kenneth Grant, all right? Defensive tackle out of Michigan. Now, Richie mentioned Mason Graham. Of course, you would want him, but he ain't gonna be there. He ain't gonna be there whenever we're on the board. So the second best option, in my opinion, Kenneth Grant. I think that'll be a nice, solid.
TD. Sorry, you're impressing me, man.
I think that'll be a nice, solid guy up the middle. Yeah, Richie, I told you I get in the lab at this time of year. All right. All right. Third player here, guard Tyler Booker out of Alabama. This guy has versatility. He actually came out of high school, 5-star recruit at the tackle position. All right, so he has that background, but he was a great guard at Alabama. It don't get any better than Alabama linemen typically. This would be a slam dunk for the Dolphins in the depleted O-line, especially at that guard position where you're having a lot of troubles right now. Tyler Booker would be amazing. There's another option that may be better, but again, at 13 won't be there, but Tyler Booker might be there still, all right? And a little bonus. I know we said 3, but I want to throw one in there because we're losing Will Fuller. We still haven't replaced, Xavier Howard with a long-term option, and that's where you go Will Johnson out of Michigan. And I don't think he needs much explanation. Excellent corner. Pair him up with Ramsey. Yeah, all of these are potential Super Bowl moves.
I said list 3. But yeah,
all of these can impact a Super Bowl for the Dolphins. So he's the 4 player.
No offensive line.
It's typical though, bro. The Dolphins fan base is just as moronic as their, organization.
He's not paying attention. I said Tyler Booker, guard out of Alabama.
Oh, you said Tyler Booker. I didn't hear you said Tyler Booker.
And listen, I want to add a 5th one real quick. Cam Ward. Cam Ward, ladies and gentlemen. If he falls.
That's where we kick him, bro. That's where we kick him. That's where we kick him, bro. Man, TD.
Oh,
hey, what are you going to do when the Jets draft Cam Ward, though? What are you going to do, TD? You're going to turn on him and say he's trash, overrated?
Man, I'm going to be mad.
You'll be really mad.
If the Jets trade up for Cam Ward, I'm going to buy you a Jets Cam Ward jersey.
We'll go that far.
I'm going to buy your son one because he's going to change from being a Dolphins fan to become a Jets fan. Man, he watched Cam Ward in Miami now.
TD, you shouldn't go Booker. You should go Gray Zabel. If you're looking at an interior offensive lineman, Zabel is he played tackle at college.
He was at the
Senior Bowl, went into the inch of the offensive line, was the best offensive lineman for the Native and American team by far. This is a guy that can play both tackle positions, can play both guard positions, did at a high level. Draft stock is rising. I could see him as a back end of the 1st round pick, early 2nd round pick, versatile offensive line piece.
The problem I have with him is we pick at 13, not unless we trade down, because I don't like that pick at 13. Though.
You shouldn't. No, not at 13.
Yeah, so
but like he's a
why
projected second, so he might be there in the early round of the second. So he might like trade up in the second round to get him.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Dan Mitchell, you're basically picking in the second round because your team's just so good, bro.
Yeah.
So,
what's gonna help you lose another championship round?
So which first round bust will the Buffalo Bills be drafting this time?
They trading it with the Chiefs. They trading it with the Chiefs.
So to be honest with you, so I look at this draft class and I see one glaring need for this team, and that has to be the interior defensive line, specifically a one-tech defensive tackle. Like, we need a hard-nosed dude out there that's 6'5", 6'6", 340 pounds, that can take double teams, that gets interior pressure, that can eat up the run. So I am very much a draft a defensive tackle at pick 30. I've seen Brandon Beane make panic picks before by hyper-focusing on a specific positional need. If, for example, all of the defensive tackles that I have been looking at that I am really liking are not there, then I would not be mad if we were to trade down slightly into the second round and then get 3 second-round picks, maybe ultimately end up getting a third, which we do not have in 2025. But prospects, as far as defensive tackle, I am looking to put somebody right next to Ed Oliver to open up his game, because let's be honest with ourselves. Ed Oliver is not the type of defensive tackle that elevates a defensive line. He is elevated by other members on the defensive line. And it all starts with your one-tech partner. Number one is going to be Kenneth Grant, and that is a far cry of if he would fall into the 30th overall pick. So I'm not putting all of my eggs in one basket there. But one defensive tackle and one prospect that I have been falling in love with for the past couple of days has to be Derek Harmon out of Oregon. All right. He was briefly at Michigan State. And what I love about the guy is not only does he get the interior pressure, he's a solid run defender, he is an absolute force within the trenches. He had signs of struggle over at Michigan State as far as how he was blocking, right? Like, he's a big guy, and sometimes that like he would sort of over pursue his blocks and not put himself in the best position. But then when he ultimately ended up transferring over to Oregon, it completely disappeared, as in you would have forgotten that it happened when he was at Michigan State in 2023. So that tells me that dude is coachable. Like, that is something that I feel that I want to see out of these defensive tackles. I'm not trying to roll the dice on a raw prospect, someone that has been showing signs of issues throughout his entire collegiate career. I love Derek Harmon, and I really think that he would be a perfect fit for us right then and there. If, for example, both of them are not available at this point, I would probably entertain trading down. Like, some safeties are interesting, like Xavier Watts or the safety out of South Carolina. I believe it's Eamon Wari, right out of South Carolina. We're looking for a safety that thrives in coverage. If we don't go for a safety there, I'm fine with waiting for Billy Bowman in the 3rd and or the 4th round, maybe even the 5th. I'm not so much on the wide receiver side of things. I've seen people mock us. A Matthew Golden out of the, I think he's out of Texas. I've seen us be mocked. Trey Harris out of Ole Miss as well. But I'm still very much wait for a Jalen Royals in the 4th round as well. So very much considering a solid one-tech defensive tackle, and then say that neither of those guys are there, I would probably end up going for a corner that would fit our team well, and or trade down. So that is what I'm looking for.
I'm starting to think Royals ain't gonna be there in the 4th round, man. This guy's getting some real hype. I feel like he looked a little questionable at the Senior Bowl, just more specifically because of the quarterbacks he was playing with, inconsistent quarterback play. But like, if you really just looked at Jalen Royals, his footwork, like, that guy kept getting open and open and open, but the ball was just soaring over the guy's head. So no doubt he wasn't making a play on it. I think he could be a 3rd round pick. Easy. Yeah. But we'll see how he tests at the combine. But like, Royals is flying up draft boards right now.
Yeah, he is. Like, I wouldn't be mad if we ended up trading or like selecting him right within the 2nd round. He's really, really good. He was impressive at the Senior Bowl. And he's that wide receiver that I've been looking at. I'm like, oh, man, you're a Buffalo Bill, brother.
He goes to the Patriots.
Jersey. Oh, yeah, dude. I'm going to go ahead and frame your jersey on my wall right now. Like, that's sort of where I'm at.
Dan, I like the trade down option because I think Derek Harmon's gonna fall to the second round. I know right now he's projected low, late first, but I think he's gonna fall to the second. He's raw. His mechanics are the issue. He actually a good player that he's like a 8 out of 10 in almost every category.
Yeah,
but he don't have a category that's a 10 out of 10. It's like 8 out of 10, but that's really good. That's solid. But his mechanics, he got to work on the mechanics.
Yeah, most definitely. Like I said, I did like the fact that it seemed like that he was coachable and he completely improved one part of his game that he struggled with in Michigan State. It's his Bills team has almost always ended up going to a veteran for the one-tech defensive tackle position ever since McDermott has been here. It's about time we get some youth at that position.
Do you think they feel they don't have confidence to develop a one-tech?
Yeah, I think so. Like normally we stay away from like that size of a one tech, but like we damn need one because like he's all about like that athletic, like sort of interior defensive line. But say that we can't get him, then I would be happy to wait for the second round to grab Deion Walker out of Kentucky as well. He would also be somebody that I would be interested in rolling the dice on.
Yeah, Dan, the other thing too is like I think a lot of teams that make this mistake and they say, oh, like this is the biggest need we have. And oh no, all the guys that were projected first round picks fell off the board. The next guy up is someone who's a projected mid-second round pick, but we have a need here, so we have to select him here in the first round. I wouldn't do that. I think that's one of the worst things that a team can do. Make sure that you are grabbing a player that, yes, you have a need for overall somewhere on your roster, like a top 3 need, which especially in the first round, that's a guy that you need to make sure that you are going to hit on and is going to be a big and vital piece to your franchise. Don't reach for a pick if you don't think that he's someone who deserves that pick just because you are trying to fill a need.
Yeah, most definitely. I totally agree with you. But hell, I think it's time for us to whip out the old handy-dandy mock draft, huh? Look at that, baby.
Oh,
damn, dude. Listen, we got to do one of these next week after the combine, and I feel like we got to do a 3-round next week. A 3-round next week is going to be tight.
Man, I got my work in, Richie. I'm in the second round.
I'm in the second round.
With trades, baby. That's what we got to get done.
Yeah, in the second round, dude.
No. I've studied all my first round prospect. So.
All right, you know what, man? And you know what? I love how you picked the average speed because I want to see how this damn board falls.
Yeah, I hate when it goes like pew, 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 pew,
Yeah, exactly. It's not as ideal.
And by the way,
man,
this is a good time to plug our weekly draft show on Roundtable Sports called Draftaholics. Give it to us, Kobe. Pew, 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 pew. What? We got a draft show that is absolutely going crazy right now on the internet. First round NFL mock draft with trades on Roundtable Sports YouTube channel. Go check it out. Hosted by, you guessed it, your boy Colby. And there's a lot of fun things going on over there.
3K views last episode, bro.
Yeah, dude.
1,000 views, bro. They're going up and up, man.
You're going up. It's a popular show, man.
What can I say, brother? What can
I
say? 2-round mock draft this week. Can we fit it in? Maybe.
Go check out Wake Up and Ball 2, by the way, every morning, 8:30 a.m. Grab your coffee. and
Monday through Friday. Right. Don't worry. I plug it on Draftaholics, bro. Don't worry.
And don't worry, the Dan Mitchell show is coming March.
Dude. March, we need like a graphic or something. I've been waiting for that show.
Yeah, we got to get Dan, you got to get a social graphic to post on socials to announce the launch of it.
Oh, I will.
That would be my recommendation.
And so what was that one movie where like and they did zero marketing? Like for
Avengers.
Like,
oh.
It was Cloverfield or some shit. Like that's what the Dan Mitchell show is. Like no marketing, just released.
What you could do is you
Terrifier.
Like in Interstellar, they hid Matt Damon from all the trailers, and all of a sudden you're watching Interstellar, you're on the 3rd act, and all of a sudden, boom, Matt Damon's in there.
Yeah. You
can have a special guest or a special co-host as hidden in your marketing, and all of a sudden, boom, Richie Malora is your co-host. I'm just kidding.
Oh. yeah, we got to find somebody.
All right, then. Jokes aside, let's get into it. Colby's going to start us off. Who's going number 1? Cam Ward. No, I wanted to trade up. Damn it. All right, McMillan goes to the Giants at 3.
Okay, that's not going to happen. I'm sorry. That's just not realistic. They went neighbors last year. Okay, so that's not going to happen.
How do we redo this? I hate that. What's going on?
Yeah, you got to just like you got to go.
So here's the deal. Though, right?
That's crazy.
That's not going.
Like all right. So here's the deal. Like let's not throw this out of a possibility because everyone's been talking about the possibility of the New York Giants paying Matthew Stafford $50 million a year.
This is true.
So is that completely out of the realm of possibility if they are wanting to hit free agency? We've already established that Brian Dable is desperate to keep his damn job. So I could definitely see him and Joe Sheen overpaying for a vet QB and bring him on in.
And
It's not
Kobe,
completely off of the realm of possibility.
Kobe, Shadur's still on the board. Go get a real quarterback.
You mean get a bust of a quarterback that everybody's overhyping for no reason? Yeah, I'm good. I'll leave that one up to the Raiders. But I'm looking at this one, and I'm seeing Abdul Carter's on the board. I'm not going to lie, from like a personal standpoint, I don't have much hope that this is really going to happen. I feel like there's a team here in the top 8 that's going to realize this guy is the best player in the entire draft. But for some reason, these 3 teams before the Patriots are really as dumb as they seem, and Abdul Carter falls. I am jogging that up to the front. I'm doing a little dance on my way there, turning it into the podium, and I'm slapping that thing down, baby. I'm going Abdul Carter, best player in the draft. This is going to be a guy that opens up the rest of the Patriots defensive line tremendously. You finally get Christian Barmore back, and now the Patriots are building something scary. The Philadelphia Eagles, a beautiful blueprint on how you beat some of the best quarterbacks in the National Football League. You put pressure on them. That's Abdul Carter.
Drafted to the Patriots.
New England Patriots. But hey, funny enough, I think that we can all accept that Abdul Carter is going to be a Cleveland Brown because with all the Miles Garrett stuff of him forcing himself out of there, like that's how you hopefully replace that sort of production. How do you think the board would have fallen for the Pats in like a real life scenario? Like who would you have picked at that point, like based off of a real life explanation or a real life scenario?
Yeah, I mean, like, if Abdul Carter really wasn't there, I still think the Patriots are in a beautiful position to trade down. I'm a big fan of going offensive line. Like, that is their biggest need. It's not a sexy pick, but, like, if you want to get your return on investment from your quarterback, your wide receivers, your running game, the best way at doing so is the offensive line, whether that is Will Campbell, whether that is Kelvin Banks. I think the Patriots could actually trade down a little bit and still get one of those players. I think that's realistic for them.
Fair enough.
All right. I was going to make a trade here, but I realized there's no point because we're only doing the first round. So trading down is going to do nothing. Yeah. So the Jets are on the clock.
Yeah, they are.
Jets is on board. Will Campbell is intriguing because I think the Jets have a hole at right tackle. The guy's never played right tackle, but he can kick inside, arguably. Maybe you kick AVT to right tackle, plug him in right guard. The Jets have one hole in their offensive line, but I do love Tyler Warren here. I think this is a splash for the New York Jets. I think that this could be a fun draft pick because he can do it all. The Jets need weapons. The quarterback position is definitely a need here, but both Sanders and Ward are gone. Mason Graham is gone as well, someone who I was going to take if he was available. You know, you look at other options. I think the Jets kicking the tires on Will Johnson is definitely an intriguing corner that I like. Even Barron from Texas is intriguing if the Jets want to go corner. There's a lot of other defensive linemen. I mean, Walter Nolan is a guy. Malachi Starks, I just don't think you can draft him that high. So I'm going to go with my favorite player in the tight end position. No, what?
Dude, if the Jets do this, I'm going to be fucking just hitting my head on the table, dude. Like, that's such a scary thought. I mean, look, like, Tyler Warren is the type of player where I don't know about you guys, but I love a player that just gets better each and every single year. And he has taken such a massive step in his development every single year. Like, that is such a scary thought. I think that Tyler Warren is going to be one of the best tight ends to come out since Rob Gronkowski. Do it all tight end. God, just don't go to the Jets. That's all I'm saying. Just don't.
He's going home, baby. Now, we didn't get Brock Bowers last year because we were waiting for Tyler Warren. That's why we did that.
That's why? That makes sense. Yeah. Downgrade a little bit, but that's all right.
Nah, bro. Brock Bowers can't block, bro. All right, TD, you up.
Got me there.
It's a no-brainer, baby. At pick number 13, go ahead and select Malachi Starks for my team. Baby.
All right, and he's already off the board at 8. Sorry.
Oh, he ain't.
Yeah, he is. He's taken 8th overall by the Carolina Panthers.
Yo, man, start the mock draft over, man. Start the mock draft over. Are you serious? Oh my gosh, man. This is some all right, man.
He was just thinking he would be there. He was just thinking he'll be
there. I would, oh man. Now Chris Greer on the board. And man, give me Zach Wilson. All right. Let me see. Scroll down a little bit real quick.
Kenneth Grant's a good one.
I know, but I'm at this position. I ain't get who I wanted.
Come on, TD, go hold on, baby, go hold on.
I know. I'm looking.
You could go Armand Membu. He has tackle and guard versatility too.
I know, but I don't like him. All right, keep going. All right, give me Shamar Stewart, baby. Let's go.
Ooh, Shamar
Campbell's
Stewart.
still there, and you pass on the
Give
best
me
offensive lineman.
Give me
in the
Shamar
draft.
Stewart.
Shamar Stewart at 13, bro.
Yes, give me Shamar Stewart. I want
overdraft.
it. No,
Well,
I'm
listen,
telling you what the Dolphins gonna do.
That makes sense. How do you not go Will Campbell?
Listen, he was a super cool guy at the.
Is it because Roundtable Sports interviewed him and he said he's going to be defensive rookie of the year?
No, here's why though, Richie. Here's why. First of all, you got Austin Jackson on one side, right?
I don't care. Who's your offensive line?
It doesn't matter what you going where you gonna put him at? Where you gonna play him?
Who? Will Campbell?
Yeah.
You could play him inside. You need guard help,
man. If I'm going that high, man, I'm not going for no guard that high, man. I'm listening. Mike McDaniel say he'll draft the edge every year if he had a chance, and this is where the Dolphins probably would go. They're going to move on from Bradley Chubb, coming off of a season-ending injury, and then Jalen Phillips having 2 back-to-back season-ending injuries. They're going to keep on investing at the edge. They need a pair with Chop Robinson. Richie, will you stop?
Richie, what are you doing? Are you trading in to the first? Yo, he trying to get Jackson Dart. That's not going to work, buddy. You'll have to give a future pick.
God. Stop, Richie, man. Yeah, listen, you got your quarterback, Jordan Travis.
Ooh, league done, baby.
You traded in?
The Jets are back on the clock.
Oh, man, we were doing trades in this episode.
The Jets are back on the clock, baby. And we are getting our quarterback.
Jackson
the league's
Dart.
done. Talk about getting better and better. Look at that improvement.
I think people are falling in love with his aura too much, man. I don't know.
It's
Jackson
aura,
Dart,
bro. It's aura season.
He doesn't feel like, to me, somebody who is mentally ready to take on an NFL team.
Listen,
doesn't feel like a first-round pick to me.
It's about time the Jets find their QB, and they got him, man. Jackson
They got
Dart.
Zach Wilson 2.0. The New York Jets are back.
Why? Because he wears number 2?
So what looks interesting too, I have been watching a lot of Kyle McCord, and no, I am not saying that he's a first-round pick, but I
love Kyle McCord.
He's got some pretty good intangibles, like he'll need a good offensive line or he's cooked. But his pocket awareness is solid. He's not very fast. He's not going to be able to extend plays outside of the pocket, but he's like a relic of the past. He's a dinosaur QB with pinpoint accuracy, great deep ball. He just needs to be drafted right to a team that has some solid protection. He gets rid of the ball relatively quickly. I think Kyle McCord's going to be a good QB in this league. But
Jackson Dart is just the new Will.
He led the NFL in passing yards.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? Somebody what was the comparison? Somebody made a Jackson Dart comparison, and I think it was who was it? It was somebody but with aura.
Somebody but with aura.
I forgot who was the quarterback that compared
Zach Wilson,
him to, but
but
it's
with aura.
this quarterback but with aura.
With a lot of aura
man.
man.
It had me
All
weak,
right.
bro.
All right, man. So I'm sitting here looking at the board, and I got to tell you, boys, all right? I'm not going to make the same mistake that I feel that a lot of us would. But do me a favor. I think I have a good idea of what I am going to do, but please show me the defensive tackles left on the board. The defensive line. I just kind of want to double check and see what's going on here. Good there. Let me see the corners on the board at 30. Yeah, CBs.
Dude, you should go linebacker, Demetrius linebacker. That's a good one.
And Demetrius linebacker?
Demetrius
Absolutely.
linebacker in the first round.
I forgot that dude's last name at the Senior Bowl. I can't draft him because that was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. So,
imagine the Bills draft that guy.
Here's where I'm at, right?
Trey Amos.
I'll tell you who I like better, though.
You're going to go
And I think
Thomas, aren't you?
No, I think that this
Oh.
guy is actually going to creep up into the first round. I really like him. I don't think he's going to drop that far.
Better say
Siobhan Revel is insane. He is not going in the second round. I would not be mad about that. Let me see Trey Amos's his bio and his stuff. And
I think it's like 6'1".
he's 6'1". All right.
It's like 6'1".
Oh,
Let me see
Trey,
Siobhan Revel real fast. Because I have to see this. And then also go first look for me. It's the first look tab. 6'3", 193. All right. Siobhan Revel, you are a Buffalo Bill. That's what I would do. I do not think that he is going to slip into the second round. I honestly think that he's going to go up there. I think that he would be a wonderful CB2. I refuse to reach for a defensive tackle in the first. That's what I got, man. Siobhan Revel, cornerback out of East Carolina.
All right. So, with the fourth pick, the Patriots got arguably the best player in the draft, and Abdul Carter falls to them at pick number 4. Great value. Love that pick. He's probably one of my favorite. I remember watching the final game of Penn State in the playoffs, the bowl game, and I was wowed by him. Every single snap he got to the quarterback. Big pick for the Patriots, but the Jets got the best offensive player in the draft, baby. Tyler Warren to the Jets, and the Jets bring in a quarterback. Come on, man. It's a mock draft. Let me have some fun. All right? Everyone's getting all whiny in the chat. Blah, blah, blah. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
The Jets
almost gave you an A+, Rich. Almost gave you an A+, man. Almost gave you an A+. You had the A+, and then you lost it.
Hey,
but
man, listen. All we need is aura, bro. It's what we need. Watch the tape.
Don't take a quarterback this year, Rich. Wait till next year. It's a bad quarterback class.
You don't know that, man. I remember I don't believe in the majority of the narratives, bro. I just don't.
This is 2022 all over again. I mean, I feel like we're going to talk more about these players. We're going to look more into these quarterbacks because it's the most important position in sports.
Yeah, but what was 2022's narrative?
2022's narrative was that they sucked, but we were talking about them more and more, and guys were rising up.
My point is, I meant to say, what was 2021's narrative? That quarterback class was phenomenal. They're trash.
Yeah, you're right. And then it sucked.
So, like, my point is, I think that I'm not someone that just buys into narratives. I don't think narratives are always proven correct. I'm not saying this class is great, but I just don't think that, every single quarterback is going to be a bust. I think there's going to be more hits than people think, and you never know. Maybe, and next year's class could be all busts for all we know. I mean,
let's go, Rich. You got Will Levis in the building, baby. Let's go.
Bro.
You guys are loaded.
Come on, bro. All right, TD, you got Shamar Stewart over the best offensive lineman available. Typical Miami Dolphins.
Sure do.
Poor TD really thought Malachi Starks was on the board. You said that with confidence, man. You put your whole chest in that one. Malachi Starks. Sorry, dude, he's off the board.
Boy, don't make no sense. He went at 8.
Sorry, dude, he's off the board. Where are the Dolphins?
Sorry, bro.
Who did you take again?
Why do you like Malachi Starks so much?
Because he's a great addition to replace Javon Holland. I think he would actually be an upgrade. He got the instincts. I just feel like he's all over the place. He's everywhere where the ball ends up. And that's what we need, a game changer on the back end. A lot of times Javon Holland take bad angles sometimes. Just overall, I'm glad, like a lot of Dolphin fans think that Javon Holland is like that dude. I've always seen him as solid, but not a game changer. Yeah, but I think Malachi Starks is. I really do. So I just feel like you lose a top player, you need to replace him. You don't want to downgrade.
But you signed Marcus May last year and Calais Campbell, remember?
Well, Calais Campbell worked out.
Yeah.
Calais Campbell balled. Marcus May, I don't even remember what happened to him. So, but yeah.
Who's your corner next to Jalen Ramsey next year?
There's nobody. We got Storm Duck and Cam Smith.
Well, you got to think about that. Jalen Ramsey's washed, and you got no one next to him. So what about corner at that spot?
Well, as long as we're still better than y'all cornerback units, we'll be all right.
But you're not. I would argue you have the worst in the division.
That's cap. You know what? When we gonna have that conversation that Sauce Gardner fell off? When we gonna have that conversation?
What do you mean? Let's have.
He fell off last year. He was trash. He was absolute garbage last year.
And you know why that's crazy? For his standards is so high that season last year is trash to you.
Anybody want to hear that?
His season last year
Gonzo
trash
was better.
because he was the best corner for the first 2 years, and he 100% took a step back. I'm not saying he didn't, but now he's trash all of a sudden. He's a bust.
Oh, yeah, he trash now.
He gave up, you look at the numbers, you make it seem like the guy was getting beat all season. He wasn't.
All I know, y'all going to end up paying him, and he ain't worth it. He ain't as good as you ever thought he was. And I've been trying to tell you
2 out of the
Richie.
3 years he was in the league.
Richie, he was terrible. Great corners don't have terrible seasons. He was terrible.
He wasn't terrible.
Man.
He just wasn't great. Big difference.
Was terrible.
So you go from great to good, and now you're trash.
What did I tell you preseason? He ain't gonna get away with all that holding this year, and he did.
TD, the entire Jets team was trash last year. Every single good player that the Jets ever had was trash. What does that tell you? Coaching and the organization failed last year.
It tells me none of them were ever really good. Y'all just overinflated.
No, it wasn't just him. Everybody was
trash. Sauce trash. Everybody. I don't even know if Quentin Williams played last year. That's how trash he was.
That's what I'm saying. The entire team was trash.
Because all of them been overrated, Richie.
No, it was because of lack of confidence. The team gave up. They had no belief in themselves.
I want to. You can make excuses all
Mekhi
you want.
Becton even said it himself. I asked Mekhi the Super Bowl. Mekhi, what's the difference between the Jets culture and the Eagles culture? He's like, self-confidence. The Eagles knew what they're going to do, and they're going to handle it. The Jets had no self-belief or confidence at all. They gave up.
Trash players don't have self-belief and confidence.
As a team, they knew what was happening. They didn't believe in Ulbrich. Jeff Ulbrich was their coach.
Correlation, man. Richie, you got a whole bunch of overrated players on your roster. You need to admit it.
Nah.
Yeah.
No,
well, folks.
No.
Thank you.
Jalen Waddle's trash, by the way.
Well, folks, thank you so much for tuning in to your favorite divisional debate show on the internet, the AFC East Roundtable. First round drafts. Wednesday night, we will be unpacking a still-to-be-determined topic, which I'm sure you guys
mock draft. I want mocks.
Mock draft 3 round.
Smash that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't had an opportunity of doing so far. I can only assume a lot of you are probably watching the replay. If that is the case, how you can be a part of our live chat community is just quite simply smashing that bell notification, because we want you guys to be a part of the live chat community. Have a great group of people who come in and show a lot of love. Next week, we are going to be, on Wednesday. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do a 3-round mock draft.
I like it, man.
3-round trade downs, trade ups, man. What the hell else are we got to talk about? It's Combine Week in the NFL, and we are so lucky that we have all of our absolute loyal audience members that ride with us year round.
That was awesome.
That was beautiful, Dan. I like that.
Speaking of overrated players, how's Tua doing? Woo, cook.
Sir Brooks the second.
As good as Aaron Rodgers.
$2 donation.
At least we get rid of our overrated quarterbacks.
Oh, shoot.
Love the Dolphins pick. Don't protect Tua. Mafia. Facts. Every single AFC East fan would love you drafting an edge rusher. Edge rusher. Miami Bills fan. We call them mullets down here.
Mullets.
Bam. Targaryen Lounge has Colby. Could you see us getting Debo? Because I do. By the way, TD, if Pats draft Abdul Carter, Tua is going to be scared.
Yeah, Tua's already scared, but I don't see us going after Debo, just his injury history. He's also a scheme touch player. Josh McDaniels has never really done well with scheme touch guys. He's more, he works well with guys who have a very clear picture on how they're going to be utilized in the offense. That guy's not Debo. Depending on what you have to give up for Debo, maybe I do it. Supposedly, nobody's giving up more than a 5th-round offer for Debo. That's exactly what I would give up. I would give up a 5th-round pick. I would not give up anything more. Supposedly, he's also gained about 20 pounds this offseason. Like, he's 20 pounds overweight. I just think he's checked out. Not a guy that I'm really interested in.
Well, last super chat, I think he's here. No matter who the Dolphins draft, they need to get used to getting killed by the Bills every year, and they never winning the playoffs.
Lino, damn.
Lino's so jealous of us, man.
Lino dropping that mic. Hey,
Lino, you the man. Thank you so much, folks.
Hit the like button on your way out, folks.
For tuning in. We will see you on Wednesday evening for a nice little 3-round and to chop it up with our Patreon contributors. See you soon.
Peace.
We are what, TD? Out.
Out. Josh Allen.